Men over 50, do this daily and watch your testosterone explode naturally. Introduction: the silent crisis of modern masculinity. It is a quiet epidemic, one that rarely makes the headlines but affects millions of men across the globe. It does not announce itself with a sudden crash or a dramatic diagnosis. Instead, it creeps in slowly, like fog rolling over a harbor at dawn. You wake up one morning and realize that the fire you once felt, the boundless energy, the sharp mental clarity, the robust libido, the physical resilience, has dimmed. It hasn't vanished entirely, but it has retreated, leaving behind a shadow of the man you used to be. For men over the age of 50, this is often dismissed as just getting older. We are told that fatigue is normal, that weight gain around the midsection is inevitable, that a lower sex drive is a natural consequence of aging, and that brain fog is simply the price of wisdom. But this narrative is not only incomplete, it is dangerously misleading. While it is true that testosterone levels naturally decline with age, a process known as andropause or late-onset hypogonadism, the rate and severity of this decline in modern men are far beyond what our biology intended. We are living in an era where the average testosterone level of a 30-year-old man today is significantly lower than that of a 30-year-old man in the 1980s. By the time a man reaches 50, if he has lived a typical modern lifestyle, his hormonal profile may resemble that of a man from previous generations who was 2 decades older. This is not merely a statistic, it is a health crisis. Low testosterone, low T, is linked to a myriad of serious health issues, including increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, depression, anxiety, cognitive decline, and premature mortality. But here is the good news. The promise that lies at the heart of this comprehensive guide. You are not powerless. Your body is not a machine destined to break down after a certain mileage. It is a dynamic, adaptive biological system that responds profoundly to the signals you send it every single day. While genetics play a role, lifestyle factors, what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you manage stress, and even how you think, are the primary drivers of your hormonal health. And among these factors, there are specific daily actions that can have a compounding, explosive effect on your testosterone production. This book is not about quick fixes, magic pills, or dangerous synthetic shortcuts. It is about reclaiming your biological birthright through natural, sustainable, and scientifically backed methods. It is about understanding the intricate machinery of your endocrine system and learning how to optimize it. When we say, do this daily, we are not referring to a single isolated trick. We are referring to a holistic protocol, a synergy of habits that, when executed consistently, create an internal environment where testosterone thrives. Over the course of this extensive guide, we will dismantle the myths surrounding male aging. We will dive deep into the science of testosterone, exploring exactly how it is produced, what inhibits it, and what amplifies it. We will construct a daily blueprint for men over 50, covering nutrition, exercise, sleep hygiene, stress management, environmental detoxification, and psychological resilience. We will address the specific challenges faced by men in this demographic, from metabolic slowdowns to joint health, and provide tailored solutions. Prepare yourself for a journey of transformation. This is not just about boosting a number on a blood test. It is about revitalizing your vitality, sharpening your mind, strengthening your body, and reigniting the passion for life. It is about becoming the strongest, most vibrant version of yourself, regardless of the number on your birthday cake. Let us begin. Chapter 1. Understanding the hormonal landscape. After 50, to fix a problem, you must first understand it. Many men approach low testosterone with a superficial understanding, viewing it as a simple deficiency that can be corrected with a pill or an injection. However, testosterone is not an isolated entity. It is part of a complex symphony of hormones that interact in delicate balance. To optimize testosterone naturally, we must understand the entire orchestra. The biology of testosterone production. Testosterone is a steroid hormone primarily produced in the testes in men, under the direction of the brain. The process begins in the hypothalamus, a small region at the base of the brain. When the hypothalamus senses that testosterone levels are low, it releases gonadotropin-releasing hormone, GnRH. This signal travels to the pituitary gland, which then releases two key hormones, luteinizing hormone, LH, and follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH. LH is the primary driver of testosterone production. It travels through the bloodstream to the Leydig cells in the testes, stimulating them to produce testosterone. FSH, on the other hand, is primarily involved in sperm production. This entire loop is governed by a negative feedback mechanism. When testosterone levels rise, they signal the hypothalamus and pituitary to reduce the production of GnRH and LH, thereby preventing excessive testosterone production. Conversely, when levels drop, the signal increases. As men age, several things happen to this system. Decline in Leydig cell function. The number and efficiency of Leydig cells decrease, meaning the testes become less responsive to LH2. Alterations in brain signaling. The hypothalamus and pituitary may become less sensitive to low testosterone levels, resulting in a weaker signal to produce more. Increase in SHBG. Sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, is a protein that binds to testosterone, rendering it inactive. As men age, SHBG levels tend to rise, meaning that even if total testosterone levels remain stable, the amount of free testosterone, the bioavailable form that actually affects your body, decreases. Increased aromatase activity. Aromatase is an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. With age, particularly as body fat increases, aromatase activity rises, leading to higher estrogen levels and lower testosterone levels. Total versus free testosterone. The critical distinction: when you get a blood test, your doctor will likely measure total testosterone. This includes all the testosterone in your blood, both bound to proteins, SHBG and albumin, and unbound. However, only the unbound testosterone, known as free testosterone, is biologically active. It is the free testosterone that can enter cells and bind to androgen receptors to exert its effects on muscle growth, libido, mood, and energy. For men over 50, focusing solely on total testosterone can be misleading. You might have normal total testosterone levels but suffer from symptoms of low T because your free testosterone is low due to high SHBG or high estrogen conversion. Therefore, any comprehensive approach to optimizing testosterone must address not just production, but also bioavailability. This means lowering SHBG where appropriate, managing estrogen levels, and ensuring healthy receptor sensitivity. The role of other hormones. Testosterone does not operate in a vacuum. Its production and effectiveness are influenced by several other hormones. Cortisol. Known as the stress hormone, cortisol is catabolic, meaning it breaks down tissue. It has an inverse relationship with testosterone. When cortisol is chronically elevated, it suppresses the production of LH and directly inhibits testosterone synthesis in the testes. High cortisol also promotes fat storage, particularly visceral fat, which further increases aromatase activity. Insulin. Insulin resistance, common in men over 50, is strongly linked to low testosterone. High insulin levels can suppress SHBG, which might initially seem beneficial for free testosterone, but chronic insulin resistance leads to inflammation and oxidative stress, which damage Leydig cells and impair hormonal signaling. Thyroid hormones. Thyroid function regulates metabolism. Hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid, can lead to reduced libido, fatigue, and weight gain, mimicking low T symptoms. Moreover, thyroid hormones influence the production of SHBG. Estrogen. Yes, men need estrogen too. It plays a crucial role in bone health, brain function, and libido. However, the ratio of testosterone to estrogen is critical. Too much estrogen relative to testosterone leads to gynecomastia, breast tissue development, water retention, emotional instability, and fat gain. Growth hormone, GH, and IGF-1. These hormones work synergistically with testosterone to build muscle and burn fat. GH levels also decline with age, contributing to the loss of lean mass and increase in body fat. Optimizing testosterone often helps optimize GH, and vice versa. Symptoms of low testosterone in men over 50. Recognizing the signs is the first step toward taking action. While symptoms can vary, common indicators include reduced libido, A noticeable decline in sexual desire and frequency of erections. Erectile dysfunction. Difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection. Fatigue and low energy. Persistent tiredness, lack of motivation, and difficulty recovering from exercise. Loss of muscle mass. Despite exercise, muscles may appear smaller or weaker. Increased body fat, particularly around the abdomen, visceral fat. Mood changes, irritability, depression, anxiety, or lack of confidence. Cognitive decline, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and memory lapses. Decreased bone density, increased risk of fractures and osteoporosis. Hot flashes and sweating, similar to menopause in women. Sleep disturbances, insomnia or poor quality sleep. If you experience several of these symptoms,